Welcome to the wow factor. Welcome to the wow factor. Wow factor. I know what your first question is. What is the wow factor? It's a feeling, it's a moment, a look, and it's completely subjective. My job is to pull the wow factor out of you. In this brief but powerful training, we will explore universal qualities that the wow factor contains. Qualities that you and I can apply to our jobs to perform them more effectively. So what is the wow factor like? Well, it looks like this. That's the tallest, longest bridge in the world. Wow. It also looks like this. David Blaine. One word. Wow. But even better, wow. It's also interesting. According to David Beecham from salestipwebsite.com, one of the keys needed to sell is entertainment. The more you entertain your prospect, the greater your chances of creating a personal contact. This means during your presentation being interesting and animated. Now, facilitator, this is the part where you'll ask a member of your group if they agree with that information. So you can pause the video and ask someone and come back. Okay, so let's ask another person. You ask them. Let's see what she thinks. Does she think that, does she agree with what they just said? Let's ask her. You can, pause it again right here. We've seen what it looks like. We know that it's interesting, but it's also an experience. Let's hear what two people have to say about a wow experience for them. I mean, it was wow. Probably happened just a couple of days ago, maybe even last week. Now, in my profession and in your profession, 3 things hinder the wow factor. The first one is
complacency.
If you didn't catch that, he said complacency. The longer you stay in anything, the novelty begins to wear thin. Now, another one is a lack of sales or a lack of production. Complacency hinders the wow factor, and a lack of sales also hinders the wow factor. You ever notice in a basketball team when a team gets, you ever notice in a basketball game when a team gets a 9-0 run against the other team, the first thing a coach does is call, because that slump begins to affect everything else. They start missing 3-pointers, passes get intercepted, etc. It's something about a lack of production that hinders the wow factor. If you're not producing, the last thing you're thinking about doing is acting all, wow. The third thing. Who can guess what the third thing is? Attitude. Sometimes just knowing you have to come in and cater to someone else kills your mood. According to cvtips.com, ongoing stress and pressure can cause work depression. Work depression affects 3 out of every 10 workers at least once a year. 3 out of 10 once a year. So, facilitator, let's see if we could find someone who either agrees or disagrees. What do you think? So we've talked about what the wow factor is like. We've talked about the 3 things that hinder the wow factor. Now, let's talk about the 3 things that induce the wow factor. The very first one is revolutionary stuff. Nah, I'm just playing. The first one is to realize the group catalyst. The Supremes had Diana Ross. The Cavaliers have Ilgaskis. And there's somebody sitting amongst your group. They have it too. Think of it like a team mascot, so to speak. Whether they realize it or not, this person brings out the best in you. So I wonder, who would be the catalyst of this group? Pause. Discuss. The second one would be material. Not your job script, but your personality. Even the greatest of comedians use the same routine over and over and over. See, material is good because even if you don't feel like saying it, it still works. When you start to use your material, you get into it. You become the material. Competition, aka enemies. Enemies make you perform better because they're always waiting to take your place. Maya Lin, the great architect and American artist, once said, "To fly, we have to have resistance." I repeat, to fly, we have to have resistance. Keeping the competition in mind will always induce the wow factor. So, that's it. I hope that helped. Thanks for watching my video. Tell everybody about it. And the end.